Hey YouTube, Michelle at One Girl here. I actually have a photo shoot out in Woodland Hills at the Hilton that I want to broadcast live from on my Instagram, but I was thinking instead to do a YouTube video because it would be probably more interesting than just disappearing after 24 hours. You could come back and watch it whenever you wanted. I definitely am excited because this is a photographer I've wanted to work with for a while. It's called Malibu Strand Productions, and it's my first time working with this photographer, and I'm grateful for the work. So I hope you guys will tune in. I don't know for sure if it's happening today because he wanted me to try to come in a day early. I was supposed to schedule to do it tomorrow, but I have a Playboy event tomorrow night, so I wasn't going to be able to, maybe stay late at the shoot. So we're going to try to fit it in today. If that does happen, I would definitely broadcast from there. But I also, how I always like to throw in, well, you'll start seeing on my videos, topics that I like to discuss. And one of the main topics I like to discuss with friends, I don't usually publicly talk about it that much. I think of maybe one or two of my streams I've talked about it, but it's my age. It's always a touchy subject with women and their age. I don't think a man should ever ask a woman their age. I think the woman will naturally tell the man her age if she cares to. I do not think that age is important. If you are too young, yes, that is important because you could be committing statutory rape, which is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about if you go out with a guy and he likes you, you met on an online dating service or anything like that, and he asks you how old you are, if you didn't volunteer that information on the site, or even if you did and he has a question about that, like maybe you put that you were younger, because I know a lot of models in Hollywood, I've been guilty of it, I've said I was younger, but usually for the most part I tell people my age. I will volunteer that information to you right now. It's public record. I'm 46 years old. People have given me a lot of criticism of good and bad. Like, wow, I can't believe at your age you're modeling and you're doing this and that, and half the girls your age would never be doing anything like this, and it's a compliment. But then you get the other side of it where you have criticism in the negative light where, oh, you're too old, old lady. A lot of people on Musical.ly, actually young kids, have laughed at my Musical.lys and said, you're too old, grandma, or stuff like that. And I think it's really funny because when you're a kid, or let's say you're growing up, you can't wait to turn 18 and be legal, and you want to conquer the world per se. But once you get to the thought process of someone's too old to do something, that is actually something that's called ageism. And I don't ever want to treat someone that's young bad because they're young. I don't ever want to say, oh, well, you're too young to understand, or certain things are inappropriate for certain age groups, but I don't think that being a model at 46 is inappropriate. But I want to get your opinion on it. I definitely hear it from my kids. They actually are very supportive, but they say, oh, mommy, my friend at school said, it's weird that you have sexy pictures on Instagram or this and that. And I ask them, well, what did you tell them? And they say, well, I told them that you were a model. And my son especially, he's 13, and he just says, oh, I just tell him that you're a model, and he just kind of blows it off. But my 10-year-old, she goes, yeah, they said, ew, your mom was wearing something sexy and it was gross or something like that. But I just want to set the record straight. I don't do porn, nor will I ever do porn. I'm not against women that do it, but I am not a porn person. I am a model that does nudity in certain pictures as an art. It is not anything like porn. I've had a lot of people that say, where's your porn site, or what movies have you been in that are porn? I don't have any, so you will never find any. It's just interesting how people kind of misconstrue it. But I do not have any problems with nudity. I think that nudity is natural. I think that it should not be frowned upon. I don't, think that there's a problem when you go to a museum and you see a naked man or a naked woman statue. And they're not always just sitting there. Sometimes they're doing other poses, and it's dramatic, and it's the way that these artists back in the day would express themselves. And that was like, I think of it as being totally vulnerable. And, you have nothing to hide. When you're naked, it's like, that is you. Do I airbrush my photos? Obviously, yes, I do. I look about 19 in some of my pictures because they are airbrushed, but that's simply because it's a fantasy. You want people to see the best possible image that they can. Not that I'm opposed to posting me looking ugly, me waking up in the morning, me looking my age. I am not opposed to it, but I think that when you're modeling, you have a certain responsibility to not want to crack the lens of whoever's looking through it. And the photographers I work with, they always give me compliments and they always tell me I look great. But I think a lot of it's lighting, a lot of it is luck. But I do show myself in my real way that I look. I do a lot of filters on Snapchat. It's fun. It's fun to look like a little mouse or to be cute. But guys, I'm a real person. I can take criticism. If you want to criticize me, you can. But I'm here to tell you that I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I don't think that I'm the most beautiful. I clearly am not. But what I do have is I put a lot of effort into what I do, and I try. So if that's a crime and it offends anybody, I'm sorry. But that's just me. These are my goals. And you don't always have to watch me. You can unsubscribe or just pass through the video and watch another one. I think, something for everybody. But anyway, that's Michelle, that one girl, blabbing out the mouth about ageism. Give me your thoughts. Please subscribe, like the video, share it, put me on rotation. I'm still learning this whole YouTube thing, but I'm so happy for the support that you guys have given me so far. So cheers. I love you guys. If I have my shoot later, I will definitely be on YouTube with it. Bye-bye.